Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Tech Frenzy. In today's video, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a new stock, a new position, and one that I might actually be building out a lot larger than I ever would have thought previously. So this is pretty exciting. I did leak the company that we're going to be talking about, so it's not too much of a mystery, but still I wanted to add a little bit of potential mystery in there. We will be going over the entire company, their financials, some things to highlight, the negative parts, what I'm thinking about it, maybe how big I'm going to build out this position. I'll just leak it to you, okay? I'm not seeing it. People are saying BMNR. No. I've looked into that company long enough. We are talking about a software name highly into, surprisingly, artificial intelligence. Now you guys are saying Meta, but I would have thought you guys would have got it. I don't see any yet. But heavily in the hardware space as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the company that we're going to be talking about is Axon. Now, hold on. I'm aware it's expensive. Okay? This company is unbelievable. This growth that we're about to talk about, the margins, this is absolutely insane. I had no idea that this company had a moat the size that they do. I mean, what I'm about to show you guys is an incredible business, unbelievable business with a few cracks in the way that it's managed and the the price that you're going to have to pay in order to get into this business, but with the large sell-off. Goodbye. Is there something anti Axon? It's too expensive. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. I think after I show you what I'm going to show you, remember some of the things that I say in my conversations or some of my speeches. It's worth it to pay for an expensive name, okay? If they are the number one leader, if no one is catching up, if that lead is expanding, and if they're finding new total addressable markets. Axon is on like a precipice of going from just... Well, I don't want to talk about what they just do because I'm going to have someone else explain exactly what they do, and it's going to give a great breakdown. And it's actually, by me showing you, it's going to demonetize my video. So that's lots of fun. But it's a great way to explain the video is seeing an actual live demo. That being said, whenever we talk about this, I want to explain why I think the market is essentially going to triple for them, maybe even more. It's really freaking incredible. It is expensive. However, you might be able to see cheaper shares later on. No way too easily replicated. You guys have no idea. It won't even be remotely easy to replicate. If it was easy to replicate, they would have already done it by now. That's like saying Facebook's easy to replicate. Okay. Let's get into it. I didn't know there was so much Axon hate. I thought you guys were going to go, hooray, we're learning about a great technology company. And people are freaking out. Like, this is an untouchable, company. Okay. This is Axon Technologies. And another reason why I'm so excited is that I think a lot of people, I'm even seeing comments, thinking that this is just a hardware name. They just sell tasers and stuff like this. But no, this is a full service business. And that's the part that I'm most excited about. They are honestly a cloud business at this point. Anyway. Okay, so first off, I'm already pausing it. Okay. Axon is doing everything that you're seeing here. It's the full software that is allowing these state departments and the police here to actually see all of this connected data. I'm already spoiling it, but it's important to know this is like Palantir for local and state police. Okay, anyway.
Suspected hit and run. Victim is injured but in stable condition.
Mírame, señor.
Hey, my name is Officer Beckwood. I'm here to help, okay?
Mírame, señor. Solo estaba manejando mi bicicleta y me
Hold
tocó
on. I'm gonna translate. Did you see the car that hit you?
¿Viste el coche que te atropelló?
Sí, fue un Mustang rojo. Movió y hicimos una derecha.
Yes, a red Mustang was in this. Moved and made a right.
Suspected hit and run driver heading southbound on Bear Parkway in a red Ford Mustang.
Plate number 285, Victor Hotel Echo uniform, last seen traveling westbound on Spring Street. Captain, suspect has a parole violation. 109 is nearby.
Okay, let him know.
Yes, sir.
By the way, all of the tagging here, the software, the cloud, all the evidence that's being stored here is all done by Axon. Okay? Huge, huge recurring revenue here. All the body cams, the dash cams that you ended up seeing from the car's view, the technology that allows them to do the live translation, all Axon.
Car 109 to dispatch.
I have that red hit-and-run Mustang headed west on Spring Street.
How you doing, sir? Good. I need to see your driver's license, please.
Immediately upon receiving that driver's license, and this will be done by the dash cam as well. Like you saw, the Axon fleet, as the car passed it, it immediately saved the license plate. So it's pulling frames from the actual video and collecting, like the artificial intelligence is finding what it wants from there. So red Mustang finds the license plate. Same thing with the body cams. Eventually, right now, it's done on the Axon app, but it'll be done on the dash cams. You hold up the driver's license to it, and every single piece of that data is immediately saved into the database. So the person, their description, blue eyes, blonde, 6'5", whatever. I mean, that's a tall dude, but you get what I'm saying.
Anything I can help you with, sir?
By the way, this is not a government product, okay? This is for retail, hospitals, schools. So think security people or regular retail shop workers that immediately connect to, like, let's say if we're talking about a larger business like Walmart, that would have one Fusus set up that has live view of all of their stores. And then as that information comes in, live camera that's immediately translated to the Axon Fusus, that they could then dispatch 911. So then this person is not rushing to grab their phone. Someone would already be calling on their behalf because they have hit a panic button that allows, you know, someone to actually notify authorities.
What we got?
Sir, need to put that back.
911, this is Michael Harris with Secure Solutions Global Security Operations Center. We are currently witnessing a crime in progress at our store location at 1201 North Wilmington. The crime appears to be a robbery in progress.
This is a stolen vehicle.
Let's get a drone out there.
Suspect car located, heading north on Columbus.
Think about the costs, by the way, of cutting down, actually allowing for drones to end up doing this bird's eye view rather than trying to get a helicopter in the sky. If you end up getting extremely long-range drones even more often, this is such a better way for those police stations to end up cutting down on their expenses. And then that, company that they'll end up bringing all those new expenses to is Axon. And they're actually very high margin. So they can charge a lot because no one else is replicating this type of service. All in one, by the way.
Suspect fleeing on foot.
Officer arriving on location. Vehicle's empty. Do we have eyes on suspect?
Suspect is fleeing on the east side of the building.
Officer in pursuit of suspect.
Suspect has turned left down the alley.
By the way, what you just saw there is one of their new products, the Taser 10, which has 10 single prong shots that shoot up to 45 feet in range. So no longer do both prongs have to hit a target. They can send individual prongs and 10 shots without a reload, which is, obviously one of their best selling products. And that also is not just sold to police departments for less lethal, things. It's also sold to security guards in hospitals and schools and government buildings and stuff like this that also expand their TAM. By the way, this is not just a North American business. Some of their largest clientele that they just signed in the last quarter were actually in European agencies. So that's very important.
Suspect down. Taser deployed.
We have an unauthorized drone approaching the stadium downtown from the south. Concert in progress. It's a recreational aircraft.
Pilot location, car 24 dispatch.
We're good.
By the way, the next product you're about to see is actually going to be one of their largest ones. It's going to seem like the least impactful one out of all of them, but it is by far their fastest growing product. Like this is what Axon is becoming, and it can only have been done after ChatGPT and the evolution of a lot of LLMs. And no one else can replicate it with just LLMs. You have to be part of the one. Anyway, I'm too many spoilers, man. You would not want to watch a movie with me. However, the one before that, the Axon D drone, total Anduril stuff. Absolutely love it. If you're looking for an Anduril-like business, which by the way, no way Anduril's selling for anything less than the multiple that you guys are calling too expensive on Axon. You're getting an amazing high-end tech business that is expensive, but the growth, which we will talk about, is right there.
Just wrapping up this report.
I think we got it.
Good job.
So with artificial intelligence, they'll be able to literally analyze the video to put together a report of what actually happened, as well as the actual transcript to see what has happened. Then it's the officer's duty, of course, to whatever the incident report that is submitted is still their liability. Okay, so they have to read over it, change it all up. But this, imagine, just take a guess how much time that this is saving officers on average per week. I want to see some guesses. Star Buccaneer in chat probably has the answer. He's a big Axon shareholder. But take a guess how much time this saves an officer per week. And then whenever you've figured that out, how much do you think that they can charge for a service like this? Any answers? 10, 15 hours, you're bang on. 11 hours per officer per week is what's saved from just this product, Draft One. Okay? That's an insane amount of time that is done on incident reports. About 46% of officer time is not done in the field. It's just them doing this, essentially paperwork. But Axon, because it has this one-stop shop of all the connected services, and artificial intelligence is able to have all that video, all the pictures, all the data of the suspects, the drone view, everything all put together. They can actually put together proper incident reports that also connect to courtrooms to then send the judge what, happened in the body cam footage or the drone footage. All of that is immediately connected from, 911 response to live in action, cops responding, or even passing by a cop or something like this, all the way to the courtroom. So it's completely revolutionizing how police officers are doing work, and they can charge up to around $600 per officer. Okay. It's incredibly high cost, but if we're shareholders, what we're looking for is these types of products. High margin. Essentially, they're a artificial intelligence company that is also offering cloud services, because all that data is hosted on the cloud on evidence.com, which is another service that Axon offers. I mean, get out of here, though. Get out. Why did the stock sell off? A couple things. So this is, I would not be covering Axon if it wasn't for the sell-off. And a lot of times in these type of stock market events, a single piece of news can be absorbed really quickly and people can overreact to what just happened. So they ended up missing on EPS. And essentially why it was twofold. One, they spent way more than Wall Street was expecting on R&D because they're spending for future ventures. And we'll talk about some of those and how freaking cool that they actually are. And then two is tariff concerns. So a lot of the actual hardware that they get in, they had to pay a little bit extra, and that ended up eating into margins for this, thing. I'm blind on this one. No, I just opened my eyes to this company. I just opened my eyes. But yeah, spent too much on that agenda. They do a lot of marketing. So you'll find that their YouTube channel has a lot of subscribers, unlike, many companies online. Axon actually does put a lot of money into their videos, into their presentations, into their summits, and they do things in the United States and Brazil and Canada. So they go around to all different agencies showing off their products and winning over many agencies. But what I'm really excited about is for some of the future products and the TAM that opens up to. So, yeah. Yep. Tanner watched the movie and then invested. No, quite the opposite. I invested on the 20% drop down on their stock price. I did sort of an invest then investigate. Axon obviously has been a name that has quickly rose to be a Wall Street darling pretty quickly. And now I'm looking back on how well they've done. This guy says, I'm in law enforcement, they're Chinese tasers. Okay, you tell me, Mr. Law Enforcement, which product that you would prefer. You tell me what the better taser is that's selling at those types of margins. Because their margins are unreal. Okay, yes. So we are going to be talking about the valuation and some of the prices that you guys are talking about. So first up, let's transition this over to quarterly really quick. This is Fiscal AI. So we do our Fiscal Fridays where we're looking at a new stock every single week and seeing if it's something that we would enjoy investing in. Okay, if we take a look quarter after quarter after quarter, this company is bringing in essentially 30 plus, actually, let me transition this over to as reported, 30+% growth rates year over year. However, the interesting part and what gets people excited is the backlog, okay? So you see high top, or what do you call it? Top line revenue. But if we go ahead and take a look at future contract bookings and the percent change there, and then we'll put this on percent change, they're growing their total bookings by around 40%. So 42% year over year, 41% year over year, 42.6% year over year, then 39% year over year, to a total of $11.4 billion. These are much longer than 1-year contracts. Agencies are actually partnering with Axon for multiple years. Multiple years. Someone said the margins suck. That's not even remotely true. We'll talk about that in a second, in how like the problems that I foresee. But remember how early on they are and how much they're spending in this moment where they want to capture all of the future AI demand. Okay. Things like, yeah, John, 100%. The stickiness of this product is incredible, but also they're trying to really revolutionize what security looks like. For example, they just acquired 2 different businesses, Prepared and Carbine, which together is going to create almost an AI style 911 response, where usually those first initial rings where you're waiting for dispatch to pick up, and then that dispatcher is relaying while trying to give you information about what to do over the phone. Let's say, CPR or something like this. While that's happening, she's trying to, or they are trying to write down, what exactly happened to then send to another person, which is then getting in contact with the first responders to then, get cops out to that area or get first response out to that area. That is not great for, the high majority of calls that are coming in for suspicious person in your area, weird vehicle that is parked on your street, all of these things that bog down the system that is essentially, could be written in a text to say, hey, there's someone there that needs to be looked up on. If there's a, person in the area, please respond. So while that ring is coming, actually, let me transition. It actually allows the person over the phone to then give real updates and tell people how to help with CPR or other things that they could, get better information on. Well, that immediate AI response is already contacting police officers to get in the area. So there's no more typing and trying to translate what is happening via, text. It's clunky and it's slow. Okay. That being said, whenever we look at their revenue, it's broken down into 2 main sections. One is their product revenue. So the things that we ended up seeing, like D-drone or their fixed camera systems, the Axon Outpost or the tasers or, any of those types of things. Growth as of the last quarter was at 23.6%. The quarters before that, roughly hanging out around 28% year over year. Still a very high of $405 million. Okay. Then whenever we go to, where am I looking? Service revenue. This is what's interesting. Service revenue, which is much higher margin, this is the sort of cloud-based side that comes into it, is growing and increasing the percentage of growth year over year to 41% year over year growth. Okay, high margin. So if we take in to account the gross profit margin, we can look at it this way. But one of the things that we can do on Fiscal AI that you won't see on other data aggregators like this is that we can go in, create custom metrics, which I've just created 2 custom metrics here for this specific thing by essentially saying, hey, divide the revenue by the, or product revenue by the amount of gross profit. If we have those 2 metrics, which, by the way, other data aggregators wouldn't even give you because those are non-GAAP metrics. We can then end up pulling out services gross margin and product gross margin. So you can see gross profit margin on their products is 49.8%. That's a 50% gross margin on their hardware side. On their software side, we're looking at nearly 66.25%. Not nearly. I mean, I just read out the exact number. But that's incredible. Okay? Very, very high. Okay, now let's go over to where some people have immediate issues. So one of the immediate issues, like I said, we'll go back to as reported, is the technology or research and development. And then we'll also look at that from common size. There you go. The amount that they spend right now on research and development is 24.8% of revenue. It's incredibly high, way too high. But they are trying to remain and create new products to expand into new markets, which could have, a TAM that's essentially 10x what they're currently serving. More than that. So that's very exciting. How fast are they going to find new products? We can talk about one of those for sure. Here, let me bring up one of the things that I think is quite interesting, which is, where is it? Well, the Axon Workforce Mini, for retail, is going to be one of their biggest new products. That's essentially so Amazon and Walmart and hospitals and all of these things are going to end up expanding into the Axon ecosystem. But whenever they expand into that Axon ecosystem, it's not just like, oh, you're buying a body camera. That's great. Okay, where does that end up sending data to? Where are you going to end up saving those videos? So that's usually going to be on Axon's evidence.com or, well, not or, but sort of an and, is a company like Amazon and Walmart and certain larger hospitals and stuff going to have an Axon Fusus to end up looking over all of their stores and immediately communicating to local law enforcement what is happening if there is a panic that is happening at that location. Okay. Then this ended up popping up on the website. It got me thinking. Axon body for mount for Oakley's for a POV. Okay. If Amazon workers, if you guys don't know this, Amazon workers are now getting smart glasses to help with package scanning, proof of delivery, route, helps with the route. Axon's going to be that exact same way. Imagine all of the benefits of live translation, a body cam footage, but not just body cam. I mean, real POV. Okay. The immediate radio response directly in ear, all of that stuff directly on Oakley's glasses, for example, or Ray-Bans or something like this. This is absolutely what Axon's going to be getting into the future, and probably why they're spending a lot. Or even the advent of robotics, right? Where's Axon going to go? Right now, they're already getting into drones for that space. Are they also going to be getting into robotics and certain stuff like this as, advancements in that technology expand? So it's pretty interesting. Star, I also saw this. They have pods that get delivered to departments, essentially 5 separate soundproof pods to help with training via VR that helps, put people in real situations. When do you use non-lethal responses, or ask someone for a certain, I don't know what the exact situation would be. But it is quite interesting. A lot of you guys are talking about what this means for society and everything like this. Honestly, I don't care about that at all. It's happening regardless of if you like it or not. I think a lot of the things of what's happening with artificial intelligence is super dystopian. But am I going to make a profit from it? Of course. I don't know. There's not a lot of money avoiding new technology. Embracing new technology is where all of the money is being made. But yeah. Mary says you'll own nothing and be happy. Being an investor is quite the opposite. I want to be a part of the companies, the conglomerates that do own everything. The quote unquote elites that you're potentially referencing while we're talking about this dystopian future or whatever, because there's a company that sells cameras for law enforcement. Is that's what we're doing. We're trying to place ourselves on the side of being owners and not renters. But yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about another massive bear case. Okay. And that's stock-based compensation. And then hold your breath, because this is gonna sting. Stock-based compensation as a percentage of revenue, or common size. Okay. 20% of stock-based compensation. A few quarters ago, this was as high as 23.2%. Not only is stock-based compensation climbing like a madman, the percentage that it is happening is climbing. Okay. This is insanity. I do not like this part. However, Axon has also been able to penetrate and grow market share in, an unbelievable market and grow super, super fast. Maybe it is deserving some sort of reward, but that should also be benefited a little bit for management in the way of, them being the largest shareholders and the stock going up. It will underperform the S&P 500. Well, we'll have to see. I actually don't think that's true. This is something that I talk about often. That whenever whenever you buy companies that are market leading in an industry where, margins are expanding, revenues are expanding, the TAM is expanding, they almost never do. Okay. And I think that after this haircut, this 20% haircut from last earnings, it takes off so much risk from, a multiple being really high, considering that they still grew. And grew by large expectations. Top line growth still did very well. It was just the bottom line. It was that take from, what was it? Tariffs and stuff like this that ended up really eating into their performance on earnings per share. Yeah, CEO founder gets paid by stock performance. Yeah, and they've been an absolute runner in the stock. So, do you complain to Elon that stock-based compensation is too high? That's a good point. If the stock does underperform the S&P 500, stock-based compensation will go to nothing. But yeah, Okay. I'm not talking about App Lovin'. I'm talking about Axon Enterprises here. However, yes, in terms of PE and stuff like this company is still going to look expensive. I think a company like this should be looked at as still very, very young. You know, we're not bringing in billions of dollars of annualized revenue just yet. If we look last 12 months, we're bringing in about $1.4 billion, $1.45 billion over the last little bit in last 12 months revenue. Okay. It's still small. However, it's the growth rate that excites me. It's the TAM that excites me. It's the zero competition that excites me. And it's the complete ecosystem play that I love. Now, everyone talks about loving Anduril. Everyone talks about loving Palantir. And here you have a name that's one of the very few that truly has artificial intelligence products that are working in, you know, live for you know, real employees, and people complain. Okay. Axon is basically law enforcement meets a, well, that's exactly what it is. It's hardware and software services, but also, you know, you're going to have to pay for a large amount of research and development right now because the opportunity is way too big for them. Today's FinTech Friday might have a special guest. Might. The price of Axon will keep people away 600 plus. The actual price of the stock should not keep people away. I mean, if you don't have $600, it, like, I don't know, pay your rent before you go out and buy stock. But fractional shares are very much a thing. Who cares about the price of the actual share? What you should be looking at is the multiple of the stock, which is high. So we could talk about this. Like, even what I would look at is like price to sales on this name. I think PE gives too bad of a forward look, but even then, you can see that like forward PE is about 80 times. You know, it is expensive. Is it the most expensive software name? No. Is it up there? Is it in the top 10%? Yes. Is it deserving to be there? That's up to you guys to decide. Yeah, if they keep expanding and the price gets super high, I mean, I'm sure a stock split is in there. Yeah, Motorola is a large competitor, but the all-in one-stop solution, Axon's definitely winning market share. They have a new selling tool called their AI Era Plan, which is essentially just saying, hey, you're going to be buying from us every single product, like all of our software and AI products and everything that's going forward. And people are paying quite a large premium for this, but it's working very well. So was GoPro. I don't even know if that's true, but you know, it's like I said, Axon's really doing well on the software side. This is not just about selling the actual cameras. A split is always good for the stock, but still, I wouldn't think about a stock split at all, or put that in the cards for like what you're looking forward to. Yeah. Simply Wall Street is, I'm sorry, but it's just a terrible AI tool. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't think that investing is a mathematical game that can look at stocks and determine whether they're overpriced or underpriced. Simply Wall Street is, and I'm sorry, but like not worth your money. The reason why it looks so unbelievably simplified and immediately giving you answers in a game that is extremely gray area and doesn't really have direct answers is immediately the first red sign that you should look for. That's actually why I like Fiscal AI. Fiscal AI is not giving you any, like they're not trying to tell you if it's a good buy or a bad buy. All they're trying to do is just give you the data. You as an investor have to determine whether or not a stock is a good or bad buy. Not a fan of quants. I'm a fan of good quants, but there's not a bunch of Jim Simons walking around. So no. Tip Ranks is a bunch of actual, analyst reviews. However, they just recently announced a ChatGPT 4 thing. It absolutely sucks. Once again, I do not put any faith into those types of products. Did you buy Reddit today or any other stock? You know what I did buy? BMNR. Now, I'm not the buyer that I suggested whenever I said new buyer for BMNR. No, I'm talking real buyers. Look how interesting this is. Here, wait. Let's switch over to BMNR and then we can answer a couple more things. I'm more just blocking. I'm just shooting down criticism on Axon rather than actually going through some of their numbers. But let's go ahead and look at this. JP Morgan ended up buying nearly 2 million shares of BMNR worth $102.5 million. Okay. The largest bank in the world now has a massive stake in a company that exclusively holds Ethereum. Pretty interesting. Jamie Dimon went from, not being excited about BMNR or Ethereum at all or crypto at all to then having a call where he said, here, wait, let me show you this. Jamie Dimon. Here, I'll find you this video. It's only 17 seconds long. Where is this? I probably have it in my notes somewhere. I did not save it because, okay, I found it. There we go. Listen to this. This is Jamie Dimon's pivot. This is probably around the time that they put $100 million into BMNR.
Skeptical of crypto at one point. You're still skeptical.
I've gotten away with no damage so far. Crypto is real. If you mean blockchain, stable coins, you have a JP Morgan deposit coin, you can move stuff, smart contracts are real, all that stuff is real. It will be used by all of us to facilitate, better transactions and customer service.
If anybody was skeptical of crypto at one point.
I mean, obviously he probably had zero part in that decision to buy any part of BMNR, but semi-green light based on his comments and hard pivot on crypto in general. Now, if that wasn't enough, we saw another big buy. Take a look at this. Vanguard discloses 2.8 million shares of BMNR. 150 million. Exciting stuff. Not too shabby. Tanner, is 45% of my port being BMNR too much? I mean, your risk in your own portfolio is up to you. It's not, something that I would do. I think that is way too much. That's higher than my total holding of, what do you call it? NVIDIA. Geez, that took a while. Okay. Did you ever hear when JMP told all his traders not to buy crypto, but they secretly bought Bitcoin at that time? No, I didn't know that. Yeah. 45% is not enough, bro. 90% of my Roth IRA is BMNR. Well, I feel bad. Hopefully that was after it went down like 25%. Yeah. We're all going to have Lambos or sleep behind the Wendy's dumpster. I mean, if you go 45% in, you might, but if you don't go even remotely close to even like 10%, I think you could still have a massive upside while not, risking the house. My biggest position is in Hood my biggest position is Hood, and it's like 25% of my portfolio and already too much. Dividend Master, you're swaying from your mastery. Hood doesn't pay a dividend. But yes, that's a good one. Tanner needs SBET. I was into SBET and then I sold it and bought BMNR with the proceeds. So I'm not anti SBET, but I think that there is such an advantage to being number one. Tanner, if you get to 10,000 shares of Chime, will you make another video about it? Chime was up like 10% today. Evan, brother, I haven't heard from you in a bit. How you doing? You should text me from time to time. Just tell me how you are. I'm only 10% in on SoFi. I think that's fine. Okay, let's see. You have it because of community fund. No, sir. I ended up buying a position in SBET with my own money. I think it was in my community. Well, it still is in my community portfolio because of donations. However, whenever it got more than cut in half, I started turning on the DAT space, and I was like, man, this is too cheap. And then, boy, oh boy, was I wrong. It just kept going down. You're right, Tanner. I started from dividends, and now I'm more focused on growth. Me too, my friend. Well, I didn't really start in dividends, but growth is where it's at. And anytime I watch any videos or analysts come on and say, hey, there's a rotation away from tech and going into these other sectors, I'm just like, what are we talking about here? You know where people rotate their money into? Where the profits are. That's where people rotate their money into. Tech didn't win because it's the hot thing right now. It's because it's the highest margin, fastest moving, most expansive, largest total addressable market industry in the world. That's why money is in tech, and that's why it'll continue to win. Yeah. Who has the most profits? Tech. Look at the Mag 7. Like, if there was a quote unquote magnificent 7 before the .com bubble, whenever like Axon and these sort of companies were the biggest in the S&P 500, like their margins are not what you're seeing, and the growth was not what you're seeing from Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, and Nvidia. Okay, let's see. In this political climate, in America first, not made in the US, I could see Trump feds will buy Chinese. What? Growth dividend stocks don't suck? Yeah, it's sort of like buying mid-growth, like Microsoft or something. It can definitely be good. I'm not anti growth dividend. But I usually look at the company first, and then if they have a dividend, that's what I focus on. I don't put stock screeners up to say, hey, tell me the last, or show me a list of 50 companies that have grown their dividend for the last 20 years. I don't do that. The longer you end up putting out that space, the more just like telcos and energy companies that you see, and I don't really care for that. How much cash are you holding? Like almost absolutely none. Like we're getting real close to absolute zero right now. Because I just keep buying dips. I just can't help it. Tanner, what's your opinion on Duolingo? I haven't looked at the stock since the massive sell-off. I don't think the company's worth zero. And a price, like I thought even whenever they were at, 280 or whatever, I'm like, man, that's a massive head cut or a massive haircut, but they're still pretty expensive. It's like Axon, Axon ended up getting quite the haircut, 21%, but you could still, put up an argument to say that they're still very expensive, 22 times price to sales. Right now, I think 180 PE, but if they end up going towards profitability, right now it's almost growth at all costs. If they go towards more profitability, those margins could explode. And so I'm not worried about the PE as much as I'm worried about the actual revenue growth and the total bookings. That's where I think that people's focus should be on, just based on the curvature. So that's a video that we need to talk about, is what metrics to focus on based on where a company is. Okay. For, certain companies in their maturity, things like profitability and EPS growth and, shareholder return or shareholder yield, those metrics are really important. But for other businesses, especially like what's in Axon's state right now, you need to focus on how big the TAM is and how fast they're growing in it. Like, that's where they are. So that's very important. Gross profit, enterprise value to gross profit can also be very, very important. Make sure that companies aren't growing with a ton of debt. Make sure that they, if they cut back on certain operating expenses, that they could get to profitability very easily. These sort of things are very, very important. Anyway, we should make a video on that one day. I have yes, Jonathan, you're so correct. I have very, very little cash in my brokerage account. Guys, I pay my bills. I have cash. But yeah. If you have like 10K, what stock? I don't know why everyone says this, like, depend. I always see this sometimes where someone's like, if you had $12,500, what would you buy right now? Like, can I guess how much cash you have right now? I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Like, if I had $10,000 more in my brokerage account, what would I buy? I don't know. I bought BMNR today. I'd probably buy BMNR. You keep money. Yeah, okay, Evan. You don't need to be my accountant, bro. I have money. It's fine. I set money aside. It's all right. I'm talking about cash that I actually could go out and buy stocks with today or tomorrow. We got to start running some more covered calls and cash secured puts. Well, I need some cash to run some cash secured puts, but yeah. Is there a way to find MNAV of BMNR online? I mean, if you know what their ETH is and what the market value of ETH is right now, then you just divide that out by what you think their outstanding shares are right now. I'll have an updated BMNR video soon. Use that wedding money on BMNR. I absolutely am. I'm not getting married in this climate. Stocks are red. You think I'm spending money? Not a chance. Honey, you can wait. BMNR's on sale. Okay. Have a baby already? If you're going to live in a police state anyway, might as well buy Axon. Rico, I think that that's a way to understand the way I'm thinking about it. Your decisions of buying into Axon's share price is not going to change what you think is a dystopian future. Yeah. Also, I think that myself and a bunch of younger people, I honestly think, have less concern. I always find it's older people that are really worried about those types of, Big Brother type surveillance, stuff like that. I always find people my age don't care as much. I definitely don't care about cameras being on the streets. It's public space. Anyone can pull out a camera. It's like legit the law. Like you can record in public. It's never bothered me. And if you're anti that, we can still be friends. I mean, we can differ on that opinion and still love the love of BMNR or SoFi, and we could still get along. That's another thing too. I don't really go outside that much, so it's not bothering me too much. And then I'm inside, I'm still putting a camera on myself, so I also understand if maybe I'm in a different situation. Bro loves mass surveillance. Dude, I'm mass surveil. You guys are all surveilling me right now. I put a camera on myself. I don't care about the cameras in my Airbnb bathroom. Little different. I don't think Axon's gotten into that space quite yet. But if you walk into a private institution, especially like a hospital or a retail store, are you honestly thinking that, Costco can't see you? I think that those types of body cams that Axon could sell could be massive in the enterprise space. That's a way bigger space than, local police agencies. Okay. Is Michael Burry going to get liquidated? We have no idea if he had shorts and then if he only had them for, 2 weeks. Like, we have no idea if he's getting liquidated right now. Okay. You should buy an Axon body camera and make an IRL video. I'm not, I don't care that much. I watch a lot of those, Midwest Safety or Explore With Us videos or any of those body cam footage videos. So I see Axon's product every single day. Basile. Thanks for becoming a member, my brother. At what price would you buy Palantir? Not here, but that's another one. Like, I think I would buy this company before many of you guys might. I'm definitely not calling. I see some people saying, calling for $40 again, $60. It would be way higher than that. You have to pay for growth. A company growing at 63% at expanding margins, you have to pay for that. I don't know. Jonathan Price with the 5 gifted. All the memberships have been crazy lately. It is, very humbling. I just want to say thank you. I do appreciate all the support that you guys give me each and every day. It's crazy. 150 is where I'd start adding or selling puts on Palantir. Yeah, I think that's an interesting price. I might even be a little bit greedier than that, but not much greedier than that. Look at all the green names. This is a wall of green names. Meta, hi. Hey, thumbs up. Sup, guys. Thanks, Jason. Jonathan, sorry. I don't know why I read Jason. I think there was a Jason in the chat. I think I might just be lying. Maybe I haven't seen a Jason. Financial. Okay. Covered calls at 190. I also think that that's fair. I think you can't endlessly pay for large growth. Joey with the gifted membership. Brother, thank you so much. Really do appreciate everyone being here today. Okay. Let's also talk about a little bit more on BMNR. So BMNR updates their total amount of ETH purchases each and every Monday. Okay. So we're actually at the tail end of the week for, here, 1 second. We are at the tail end of the week for BMNR. Well, Ethereum, I can't type for crap, is still below 3,500. Vasil, man, you don't need to do this. Thank you so much. You're one of the human beings that's smart, intelligent, and thank you for everything that you do, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. And for the kind words. That's insane. Way too generous. Thank you. Let's look over here really quick. This was last Monday. So we're about to get an update here. We have not seen an update in a while. Okay. Well, in 5 days. 3.4 million ETH tokens, and their cash position had ended up increasing to 389 million. This is quite interesting as well. So they continue to increase their ETH. They're now at 2.8%. Okay. They have $389 million in cash. At one point, 2 weeks ago, we can just look back on this. 2 weeks ago, they ended up at $100 million. Sorry, 3 weeks. $100 million in cash, then $219 million, then $304 million, and now $389 million in cash. Jonathan, dude, thank you. This is insane, guys. Yeah, the gifted generosity is crazy. The whole chat's going to be green here. That said, though, eventually we will get to that alchemy of 5%. It does look like we're on that path. And if Ethereum does end up turning around, this cash that they have acquired, which will be purchasing Ethereum at much lower prices than what we've seen over the last month, like, what's the risk? If you believe in Ethereum, what is the risk? That's my question. Trump was talking about not ETH, but stable coins yesterday. I am a not long MicroStrategy or strategy. I do have a small position in Bitcoin, but I'm actually much more bullish on ETH than I am on, Bitcoin. And I'm not an ETH maxi or anything like this. I'm more of a smart contract maxi, to be honest. I think that actually holds a lot of real benefits. Like, I as you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, I am massively into technology and into financial technology. And Ethereum is one of those very interesting financial technologies. It's going to rewrite how we think of tokenized, markets, tokenized real world assets. It's going to allow to fractionize things into much smaller parts, deal in microtransactions, deal in real-time settlement. All of that is very exciting. And Matt, I'm not anti-Solana either. I've got a position in Solana. And maybe one day, BMNR might buy Solana or end up acquiring some Solana to put on their treasury. I don't know if that will be the case, but I wouldn't be anti it. Iceman, honestly, I don't have a clear answer for you. The alchemy of 5% just means that essentially they believe that their magic number is that they hold 5% of the total supply of Ethereum. Then they have severe voting power. They'll get very beneficial treatments for doing things like staking and earning over 3% on the Ethereum that they end up holding. But why are they not staking today? I don't know. Why are they not even partially staking like what SBET is doing? I don't know. But if we end up starting to see flows from BMNR into SBET due to the fact that one is staking and the other one's not, I do think that BMNR will follow really quickly if they start to think that institutions are begging for them to begin to stake. Who would win in a fight, Vlad or Tom Lee? I mean, I would put every dollar I have into Vlad. Vlad's like an athlete, or at least lately he has been. Picked up 50 shares of SoFi. I'm on the train. Tim, hopefully you're excited about fintech future. US fintech future. The October website traffic, like I put a video today, the 10Q looks amazing. It looks phenomenal. Like the credit card default rate has dropped over the last 10 quarters from like 16% all the way down to 5.8%, which is perfectly normal. And it still looks like it's going down. So that's quite interesting. Take a look at Hyperliquid. No. Vlad or Jared Isaacman? I don't know. I would still say Vlad. I don't know what... actually, I have met Jared. I was going to say, I don't know what Jared looks like in person. I've shook his hand. Vlad's probably a bigger guy. But, I mean, Jared's got to stay fit. Honestly, so you meant to say Vlad, but Vlad is a rock star. He is. His ability to see what is coming next in financial markets, put heavy focus into those new products, and essentially win on the UI side and user engagement and knowing exactly what to do to help with, Open Doors new quarter with Say Technologies and the videos there and everything, and live streaming that call on the Robinhood app. Think about all the retail investors that might have been interested in Open Door that weren't using Robinhood, that hear about Robinhood from management constantly. That's attracting new users. The ability to pay people 2% to bring over their Tesla shares because of the Tesla vote, that's huge. The other, what was the other one? Oh, now they're paying people somewhere between 2.5% to 3% to bring over crypto. Huge payments because they are aware that they think crypto is going to have another run. So they're willing to pay for it. I was at the Google event. I didn't get the chance to ask. Oh, what was the Google event? I saw you post something about that, about Google Finance or something. Does Vlad know you? Yes. We have done a couple of interviews, and my awkward ass question, my original question ended up getting taken because I was at the very back of the call. I essentially had like 40 people ask important questions before me, so all my answers got asked. So I just asked a very small, hey, how much are you guys staking on the platform? And then hopefully, if my nerdy ass can get something out of this call, it's going to be that they post their event contracts on monthly metrics. That would be so amazing because then even Wall Street analysts would be able to upgrade or even downgrade based on real live data that's coming in. That would be very important. Yeah. He don't know you. Okay. I'm being baited. You probably already know that I had interviews with him, but Okay. I need to get back into Hood. You can get back into Hood right now. What's stopping you? It's not that he. Oh, guys, am I this easily baited? I don't have the skin to be in the job that I'm in, honestly. It's so funny how easily I fall for any comment. I've got no money and I'm scared of Hood dipping. It definitely could dip. If the markets ended up dipping. See, this guy said dated, and I fell for it again. I know he heard baited. Did you notice BMNR moved upwards a few times today while ETH was flat or down? It won't always run in tandem. There'll always be those times where I wouldn't think too much of it. There's people buying, Kathy Wood being one of them. She's buying a ton of BMNR here. Yeah. Has anyone looked into Vlad's startup Harmony? Really cool. I don't think you have, Tyler, because it's called Harmonic, not Harmony. Am I going to Hood's AI event? Probably not, Evan. Are you? Where even is it? Yes, JP Morgan and Vanguard ended up disclosing large positions. I did just fall. And yeah. Okay. Kathy, Tom, or Warren Tanner? I would probably, I don't know. Tom Lee's been around for a long time. A long time. Warren is not my style. I love growth investing. And I really do want to say Warren Buffett because that's the right answer. But Tom Lee has a pretty good record over 25 years. I do like his picks and his thoughts about the market. Kathy Wood is not up for consideration. Sorry. But I love her research. I hate her picks. Yeah. Her research is great. She's been right on future technology. I mean, full self-driving robotics, drones, artificial intelligence, biotech, all of that stuff she was on before anyone else, or at least a large percentage of people. And then she goes out and buys Zoom and Teladoc, and you're like, what? Well, and it's not like there was no hindsight. Like whenever she bought it, people were like, huh? Peter Lynch is my go for sure. I love Peter Lynch. Okay. I'm not in Tom Lee's Grainy Shots ETF mainly because of the rebalancing. I hate the rebalancing. It's really good for downside protection. Like it'll be less volatile than other markets or other positions that play in the exact same names. But essentially what it is designed to do is trim their winners and buy their losers. I hate that idea. I think that if a company is running, you should let it run. Not, Robinhood, let's say he buys in 3% position, because I think he's got around 33 positions, so it all rounds out to about 3% for each position, or 3.5%. So he has that in Robinhood at $18, and then quarterly rebalances. So each time that Robinhood had went from 18 to 24, he ends up cutting all that to rebalance to where to feed into all the names that didn't do well, like PayPal, for example, or, I don't want to name a bunch of names, but Then from 24 to 50 into 60 into 80 into 90 and 100 and 150, his position size has just went. The dollar amount has stayed the same, but his amount of shares held just has decreased the whole way through. I don't like that. I remember when Hood was around $20. Those were the great days. Here's the funny thing, Mary. Whenever I told people that I bought in at $17, $16 a share that day after earnings, that was my first purchase back in, I think, Q1 of 2024, something like that, or maybe it was 23. I forget. But whenever I announced that I bought, everyone said that I overpurchased because not long ago the stock was at $13. So very few people cut me up for that purchase. Or sorry, like a large amount of people cut me up for that purchase. And then, we end up looking at $45, and people are like, this is way too high. It's coming back down. 60, unbelievably high. It did come down. It went from 65 to 35. But unfortunately with me, or maybe it's fortunate, I'm not sure. But I have learned from my actions and the environment that I've been put in, and which is an extreme bull run. Honestly, that's the markets that I've been investing in. So for me, what's worked out for me and what I've constantly reinforced in my investing habit is buy a stock, hold it through the downside, and buy more when it's down and it returns. I've definitely sold out on some companies, but yeah, it will be different if we end up seeing like real problems in the market, but I'm not even seeing that right now. I think the problems that we have right now are just so like government shutdown. That is essentially, that's an artificial problem. If you want, you can stop that. It was like the tariffs from Trump. Like, this is a flip of a switch. You can just stop doing this. You can stop talking about Liberation Day. You know? Do you think SoFi will be included next time in the S&P 500? It's hard to say. It might still be early. But yeah. Stop it with AI. So the problem is, and in what I said, is that you're not going to be able to stop that. The government shutdown stuff, that might be a flick of a switch, but technology that genie is never getting put back in the bottle. Because if the United States puts it back in the bottle, if they regulate that, China will never, and then they're going to have the advantage. So everyone has to full steam ahead that move. Grab and go to merger soon. I heard this. I heard you say this to Steve, I think. It was re-announced today or something. It was old news, then it was off, then it was back on again, then it was off, now it's back on again. Tanner, how's the portfolio? You know what's so funny? Steve gave me a call this morning because if you guys were watching throughout the day, we saw quite the change today. Like, here, I'll show you what I mean. We ended up seeing quite the dip into a large turnaround. So as the day started at essentially, as of yesterday close, 23,000 on the NASDAQ, down to 22,500, back up to 23,000. That is a roller coaster. NVIDIA, in the day, as of last night's close, was 187, opened at 184, fell to 178. This is by far the largest position in my portfolio. Steve gave me a call and he said, "Hey man, you doing okay?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm doing fine." And he was like, oh, so you're serious about that iron stomach thing? And I'm like, dude, honestly, I'm genuinely doing fine. But like, he was like making sure I wasn't jumping off a bridge or something. I was like, we've returned back to prices not seen since 2 weeks ago. Steve took his shirt off for us. No, he didn't. No, he did not. He did. No, I don't believe you guys. To calm us down. Okay, yeah, then it didn't happen. Hey Tanner, I'm having a hard time understanding Lulu's stock price. I don't know too much about Lulu, but my understanding is that some people believe that you know, you will be able to replicate their products with ease and sell for much lower pricing at like Costco or something like this. Did Steve actually take his shirt off? What are you guys talking about? I'll scrub through his stream really quick. When was it? How much money did you have to give to him, Dookie, for him to take his shirt off? This freaking guy's not doing it for free. I just scrubbed through the stream. I didn't see it. I will call Steve, though.
Captain Mustache.
Did you take your shirt off on stream?
No.
Okay. Dookie's saying she paid you $1,000 and you did it.
I mean, you can tell her that we can negotiate.
Yeah. I'm live, by the way. How you called me this morning. You did a wellness check on my NVIDIA position.
I did a wellness check on you.
And how are you doing with today's shakeup? I mean, we essentially just reverted back to where we started from. But during the day, how do you handle a portfolio of that size? You know, you freak out?
Pretty easily, because I don't give a fuck.
Excuse me, brother. You can swear on your stream.
You can swear whenever I want. You call.
Okay, I'm just double.
But no, in all seriousness, I have an iron stomach, just like you said to me. But I'm also a lot more diversified than you, so I didn't feel it the way you did.
Man, I wasn't freaking out. Was I freaking out over the phone?
No, you were not freaking out at all. Absolutely not.
People are asking you to take your shirt off over the phone. I'm going to let you go because this is getting freaky.
Well, I am actually watching the first episode of the new season of Force, which is one of the spin-offs from the Power series. How long are you going to be on for?
I don't know. 20 more minutes?
Well, if you want to send me a link, maybe I'll stop by in 15 or so.
For the last 5?
Yeah, or you can just go longer.
Yeah, but we're going live at 10, right?
I thought this is what you do. You said you're always live, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to let you go. I'll send you the link maybe later, and then we'll talk at 10 for sure.
I'll send you the link maybe later. That sounds so wishy-washy.
I know, because I don't know where the conversation is going. We people are talking about things in chat. I want to get to them before they...
All right, so send me the link, and when this is done, I'll hop on.
All right.
All right, later.
Bye, Steve. He's a great guy. I don't mean to be awkward. I just some of you guys were talking, and I wanted to Like whenever you're with friends, you don't want to be on the phone the whole time. I'm with you guys. I wanted to talk with you guys. So Tanner, Zeta. Honestly, we need to do more coverage on Axon, and we didn't talk about it enough today. But honestly, every single comment was a negative one. No, it seemed like no one cared at all, which I was surprised with. Next week, I want to do a name that you guys want me to cover. Zeta could definitely be on that list. But I don't just want to cover things that I don't think have, real, quality to it. Zeta's great. All the money I give you, and you do nothing for me. Your requests are not finance-based. And Doogie Pie has offered me like 10 grand or something ridiculous to take my shirt off. I said no. The money is not... well, I do appreciate it. No means yes. Not here. No means no. Yeah. Everyone has a price. I'm going to keep these boobies to myself. Tanner, can you share what's in your portfolio? Yeah, I hold a lot of big tech. Nvidia, Shopify. I like SoFi, Robinhood, Amazon, Google. Got a position in Chime. Shark Ninja, Nubank, Mercado Libre. What else? Bro, you jumped in the pool. You guys didn't like that? Sauna stream? I would love to do a sauna stream. BMNR recap, please. I will probably be making a BMNR video tomorrow. That'll probably be the best way to watch a very concise, 6 to 8 minute video about what happened. I'm going to interview the Zeta CEO. Cool. I found a Mid's grinder. Is he really 6 feet? I think you found someone else. Also, yeah, I don't think he's on there. Sauna stream with the crew. I would love to do a sauna stream. The problem is, sometimes Steve will call me and I'll answer him. And for the first 10 minutes, we're having a good conversation. And then after a while, I'm like, you know what, Steve? I'm kind of going into the deep end here. I can't hold a conversation anymore. At some point within I try to aim for 25-minute saunas a day. And for 10 minutes, I might be able to do, talking. After that, it's survival. Especially the last 5 minutes. I'm really just focused on my breath. So, yeah. Yeah, so tonight, from what the update seems like, is that we're going to have a regular Fintech Friday show. Meaning we're going to have the regular crew, Roy, myself, Steve, Tevis. I think Data-Driven Investing will try to make it. So that's great. I think tomorrow morning, probably around 9:30 in the morning, we are going to have a special guest. The special guest is, hard to line up times. So that's sort of the problem here. Sauna stream with the crew, but he needs his own bathroom. Oh, man. a real man can talk to the whole thing. Well, what heat do you put your sauna on? I'm not talking about the ones like I went to this like spa resort thing, and they had a bunch of saunas and cold plunges and stuff. I went to the hottest sauna, and I think it was like, I forget what the temperature was. It was like 115 or something, or 125. And I was like, this is not hot enough. So honestly, there's too many, like, I think actual like public safety things that they have to do. So it's like not even remotely challenging. So I don't know. Sauna doesn't just mean sauna. Maybe some people can handle, different heats. But yeah, why do people like saunas? It's extremely healthy. I feel refreshed after. Gets your heart rate up. Heat shock proteins. So whenever you put your body into a cold stress or heat stress, your body essentially releases proteins just to keep your body alive. But then obviously you're getting out of that heat. You won't be in it forever. So your body's like, all right, well, we'll just use these for muscle recovery. So, yeah, 195 is too hot for me. Yeah, I don't do 200 or anything like that. I'm more of like a 165 kind of guy. Okay. Stress is bad, though. No, stress is quite the opposite. What are you, anti the gym? You anti running? You anti sauna? It's 165. Why, brother? Well, for me, the steam sauna that I have does not even get much hotter than that in general. So, yeah, I think it does 175 or something, but that's me like really pouring the water over the coals. Okay. Okay, let's see. I don't feel stressed working out. Your body does feel stressed working out. That's the equivalent of stress. What are you guys talking about? That's what stress is. Putting stress on your body is like sweating is stress. Your heart rate's going up. You're ripping the fibers of your muscles. Yeah, I'm not being like, oh man, I hate working out. Like, no, I do not like baseball. I don't think I've ever played baseball once in my entire life. I can catch a ball, but yeah. That's a different type of stress. You know what, actually, though? This is a straight, like, amazing thing to do. I where was that Wendy's comment? I eat Wendy's more than you guys think. However, I just eat the patties. Patties. Just eat meat patties, put a little cheese between it. Nothing else. They already salt and pepper it, whatever. Eat it with a fork. Yum, yum, yum. It's super cheap. Steve is upset you didn't send him the link. Oh, okay. Sorry. He can come in. Tanner, I bought 3,000 shares at $26. You know what? If we get a rate cut in December, I think that will turn out to be a-okay. If we end up losing, Sorry, that's okay. Where's Steve's name? Yeah, the rate cut I think will give SoFi a good boost. If we don't see that, I think that's a problem. Let's go in at 20. And then Dookie, are you getting in at 20? Just eating meat for a single meal is not keto. I'm just saying I like the I try not to eat bread or sugars as much as possible, but I still do. So I'm definitely not in ketosis at all or anything along those lines. I did a 48-hour fast a few months ago, and I had like a keto flu going through there. Because whenever I transitioned to fat burning for that small period after the 36 hours, I legit was shaking and it was so hard. Doogie Pie would go all in on SoFi at 20. Not all in. I'm putting words in her mouth, but yeah. Tanner, I have 7,000 shares of SoFi at $6.56, and I owe it all to you. You're giving me way too much credit here. I didn't pull the trigger for you. You bought into a name that you saw the due diligence on and took that leap. I've talked about a lot of other companies here that potentially you didn't like as much and potentially you didn't buy. If you don't like Axon today or NVIDIA or Robinhood or something like this, I had no part in that. Like, you found what you liked and you bought it. That's on you, my friend. You deserve the reward. Okay. Are you in open at all or thinking about it after the open house? Well, I haven't even seen any version of an open house or whatever, but no, I'm not really open to it. Yeah, I like Kaz. I like Kaz a lot, but I don't really want to be part of it. Doogie, how are you not even a member? That's what I don't understand. You gave like 300 memberships. You can't even watch the after hours tonight. There's an after hours show after tonight's video. What are you guys talking about? Free cash flow on SoFi? Who said it? Sell me a reward, bro, because Tanner doesn't want it. If Steve comes on without a shirt, I'm not putting him up on stage. I've put one guy shirtless on my live stream. It won't happen again. Hey, thank you, Dookie. Very much appreciated. Okay. Worst stock in my portfolio right now is BMNR. BMNR is the worst performing stock. Ralphie, I bought 4,000 shares of BMNR because of you. My average is 53. I'll take the credit on this one. The guy that made a bunch of money, I won't take any credit for. This one, Dookie says, buy, grab now. I don't have any cash. I don't have any cash. Buy, grab. Okay, I'll buy some grab. Jeez. This is going in the community portfolio. Okay. Use margin. Okay, one sec. I literally have to... Okay. I don't think Steve is coming, by the way. I sent him the link. You were right on AMD. I mean, that's for sure. Should I be buying at these prices? 557? This is the price? What did she say? It's the base. Ooh, those are strong words. Strong words, Dookie. About 100 shares. There you go. Zero due diligence. Whatever. But I'm a millionaire, trust me. I think that's about the amount of money that you gave me the other day. So I will happily use that money to buy your stock. And I'll put that in the community portfolio. Fake screenshot. How do you build a fake screenshot that fast? Okay. That's for sure. Do not buy something because I bought it. We will not be liking the same things. Can't believe you just bought shares of that company. I did. It wasn't even my money. She bought it for me. What are you guys buying BMNR for? It's a fake Chinese company. What are you talking about? It's not even like a hard business to understand. They buy Ethereum. That's it. I don't know if the guest will be on tonight, probably tomorrow morning. From the text messages that I'm getting right now, is it looks like they're going to be on tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. But we're still going to have some great guests. We're still going to have a great crew tonight. Jonathan, thank you so much, brother. Really do appreciate all your generosity. That's insane. You donated 20 memberships today. Like, it's absolutely mind-blowing. Hopefully I've helped you in some sort of way, clarified some things. I don't know. I don't know if my advice is worth all this, but I do appreciate it. And it's not, very grateful. BMNR is a stock regulated by the SEC. It's true. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the great and powerful.
What's up?
Stephen Fiorillo.
What's going on?
Not much, man. Not much. Doogie told me to buy Grab. I bought Grab today. Well, a couple minutes ago.
You bought Grab a couple of minutes ago?
Yeah.
Okay. She told me to buy Grab also.
Well, you didn't listen.
I guess I'm not as good of a listener as you.
I used her money. Like, I don't know. Freaking So you look different without the glasses on, with the hat on. You look like a completely different person right now.
I'm a little annoyed at stars.
Oh, yeah?
You know, this is not the day and age to put one episode out at a time. What the hell is going on here? No good.
Dude, I think that they're like Netflix is doing this final season of Stranger Things or whatever is coming out later this month. And then they're posting like half the episodes now and then half the episodes next month. I think it's so then they force people to like not buy 1 month of a subscription.
Yes, obviously.
And so that's really annoying. But 1 episode a week is what you said?
I guess so. You
Crazy.
see that New York is now talking about, and I don't know if this is bull or not, but I just saw it on X that New York City is now floating the idea of a Bitcoin tax on every transaction. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. I just saw it when I went to go get the link from you. We'll see what happens. If you want to bring it up, it's I'll link it. Hold on.
You can share your screen if you want.
No, I'll link it. It's fine. Private.
D-Man with the 5 gift. Dude, the gifted memberships lately have been insane. Thank you guys. Seriously. My whole chat is going to be green.
I mean, that's the goal, right?
It's
that's a good goal.
I mean, it's definitely not the like you can actually make your chat like members only or subscribers only. I never wanted to do that. So it could go green pretty quick, but I didn't want that to be the case. I got to handle a heckler or a hater from time to time, but it's worth it for the large community. Where did you send this?
The private chat and StreamYard.
Thanks, Dookie. Appreciate all the generosity on StreamYard. Oh, sorry.
Do you not? You've been using StreamYard for how long?
Sorry, I thought you sent it to me on X. I was on X. We were talking on X.
How awesome is Dookie?
Dookie's great.
Great.
Mandatory Bitcoin tax coming to NYC. The city's new mayor announced plans to impose a mandatory tax to all Bitcoin transactions within New York. It's being pitched as a way to modernize revenue collection, but critics say it could push crypto businesses and investors out of the state. Oh, you think? Not like New York has embraced crypto all that strong anyway, but that definitely furthers it.
So now the real question is, what constitutes a Bitcoin transaction, and is Bitcoin cryptic for crypto, or is Bitcoin Bitcoin? Two different things to unpack that. But what's a transaction? Is a transaction buying and then selling, or utilizing as a payment? Because the way I look at a transaction is, if you buy and sell on your brokerage, that's a transaction.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. On all Bitcoin transactions. And would that even be governed by that? Like, that's a state?
Like what's next? All stock transactions are going to get a tax?
Yeah, why would that not fall under the same
I don't know.
thing? And then Bitcoin exclusively, or are we talking ETH? Are we talking stable coins? At what point does that become what's a transaction?
I don't know. But think about this. If they move it to stocks, so then everybody who sells something in a 401k plan gets taxed? Think about it. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm pretty sure Gemini owners isn't that the Winklevi?
Winklevoss, yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't it make sense? It's cryptocurrency. Well, I'm pretty sure they don't call it cryptocurrency anymore.
Pretty sure they just call it crypto.
Yeah. Texas launches their stock exchange in Q1 of 2026. There's a little Texas stock exchange. I think that would be a smart idea.
Dude, it's happening.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's been a thing for like a year.
I'm not following up on the Texas.
That's because you're in Canada.
TSX, baby. I also do very, very little business with the TSX. Only Shopify. Oh, is that Ken? I did hear that Ken Griffin was doing something there.
Tanner, why are you such a good role model?
Why do you say that?
I don't know. A lot of people were freaking out this morning.
Yeah.
I was just, calling just to get a wellness check on you. I will say you had an iron fucking stomach. Iron stomach.
I appreciate that. What do you think about Axon? Do you have any comments on Axon?
Didn't you? I'm on so many shows now. It's like I don't remember what I say when. I owned Axon at 20 and sold it at 30.
Yes. Yeah. But what do you think about their products?
I don't know. I haven't really I haven't followed them in years.
You're probably buying them back when it was just like a taser business.
I bought it when they transitioned to body cams and came out with their cloud chain of custody system for the camera footage.
Yeah. Now they're doing everything AI.
And then when they went up 50%, I got out of it.
Yeah. Too expensive for most law enforcement agencies. That might be the case, but honestly, I think that the time savings that they have and lack of lawsuits by due to the amazing coverage and incident reports and everything that all they have, I bet it's actually probably cost saving. I'm kind of getting bullish. It's just expensive. You're not into it?
I'm not, no.
You should watch a video that we played earlier on of the Axon Fusus, which is essentially like this live time crime center where it's almost like Palantir, where it's connecting all different sources of data to get a live view of the city, essentially. It's pretty cool. Live body cam footage.
Exhilarating.
But it is, man. That's investing. You find the products that people are going to be buying.
Dude, you just sounded so excited. Like you saw ice cream for the first time in your life.
I mean, they put together a cool movie. I enjoyed it.
You just got so excited.
Are we is Steve yawning? Does that mean that we're crashing, or is that a good sign?
No, don't worry. I'll be up and awake at 10. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Good. Because I've got a coffee here that needs drinking, and
Look at you, big coffee guy. How are you drinking coffee right now and you're gonna have a perfect sleep score? What's going on?
It just doesn't affect me.
That's what everybody says.
And also, if I need additional sleep, I just sleep in. I think you called me at 9:30. I wasn't even up. But hey, I went to bed a little later. I was talking about
Rambler. I'm with it. Tate's cookies and milk. I'm with it.
Do not hijack this stream. This is not your cookies and milk stream.
Hey, they're the ones putting in the chat, man.
No.
I don't know what to tell you.
Mods ban that guy.
The cookie mob is real, man. Wait for my merch to come out.
The mods ban all the cookie comments. Take them all out.
Wait for the merch to come out. I'll send you a t-shirt, Tanner. Don't you worry. One of them is going to say no cookie left behind. It's going to be great.
Yeah. No good.
No cookie left behind.
They're mobbing against me. The cookies and milk.
Dude,
coming
the
out.
cookie mob is real. The milk gang is real.
We're gonna Axon this whole chat. We're gonna surveil you guys.
Mm-hmm.
No, I had my cookies and milk on your stream. That
I
other
know.
time.
I gotta tell you, the amount of text messages that I got about thinking that you DoorDashed cookies was hilarious.
Do you like the delivery?
Well, I love the delivery.
It wasn't DoorDashed, but
yeah, we don't have to say it. It was a nice touch.
Yeah, she put it on a plate and everything. It was just my girlfriend. When are we eating steak again, Steve?
Whenever you come to New York, I'll take you out.
When do you come up to Toronto?
Never.
That's fun.
I mean, why should I leave the U.S.?
You have like 50 different destinations. It's so diverse.
I mean, Liam Nielsen's not coming to get me.
No, I mean, you're right, but you can come up to Canada. We've got cold things to show you.
Uh-huh. Like?
Snow?
I got snow in New York, man.
Barely.
I mean, barely.
It barely snows.
Okay.
We get snow for 6 months. Come enjoy it.
No, thank you.
Okay. Hey, Tanner, have you ever been to Quebec? No, I've not been outside of Ontario, which is funny. I've been to way more places in the States than I have been in Canada.
You're going to have to coordinate with the gang. I think Chris and Matt are going to plan a trip down to New York in a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to take them and the Mitt. And if you want to come, take you guys out.
What's the reason for going to New York?
I think Matt's going to be in the area. So Chris is going to fly up for a couple of days. And Amit's in the area and I'm in the area. So I'll take you guys all out to Uncle Jack's or something.
All right. I mean, that sounds good. Where was the place that we went the first time?
Ben and Jack's. But I'm going to take you to Uncle Jack's. We'll get some steaks at 130 degrees.
It's a different Jack's.
It's a different Jack's.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think we got some filet mignons. It's pretty nice.
You ready for the fights this weekend?
No, I did not see actually.
Is it this weekend or next weekend?
I don't know. I've not been
I
keeping
should
up.
know. It's at the Garden.
It's been busy week.
It has been. It's been a long week.
Okay. Everything in New York is free now. Okay.
Oh,
Has
it's
the cost
next
of living
week.
Gone down for you? You're
Next-
eating free?
The 15th.
Are you eating free yet, or is your taxes where are your taxes going?
Dude, I couldn't tell you where my taxes go.
All right. Free steak. Little milk steak?
I mean, don't disrespect the milk and the steak.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're looking to buy Andril, why not Axon?
Why not Lockheed Martin or General Dynamics?
Because it's not as cool.
What are you talking about?
Not as cool, not as fast growing.
Okay.
You got to enjoy the fast growth of Axon. Steve is the mob boss. You have to call him before you go into a city. That's actually how we met. I was down in New York and he stopped me. Well, a bunch of guys stopped me, and then eventually they brought me to Steve.
Free lottery tickets and hair extensions.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right, man. I didn't really have too much more to talk about. We were talking about BMNR earlier. Did you buy more today?
I did. Wait, did I buy more BMNR?
You called. I bought BMNR when we were on the phone together.
Yeah, I think I did. I bought QXO. I bought more QXO. I bought more 10K. I bought more Starwood. I believe I bought more BMNR also. I haven't checked.
Yeah, all right.
Listen, I'm really bullish on 10K. Really bullish on them. Something you will never look at, so it doesn't matter.
No. I did see
I don't even know what they are.
QXO fall a little bit after earnings recently. What did that end up looking like? What's your take on QXO?
It reversed. It's at 17.19. I'm a little annoyed they didn't do an earnings call, and the press release wasn't anything that was
no earnings call.
No,
that's bad. It's always nice to get an earnings call, get some questions in.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted earnings call that way we could try to find out about some deals in the pipeline.
Yeah. Amit's planning a meetup in New York. Is that true? Are you going there?
It is true.
All right. I expected you to continue that a little bit.
You asked if it was true.
I asked if you were going.
We gotta see when it is.
All right.
You gotta see what's going on. He's doing it at the worst freaking time. It's just gonna be like freaking 17 degrees out.
What do you think about prediction? This is another thing I've been reading on right now. DraftKings prediction markets. Do you think that is going to be a real thing? Do you think they're dead in the water?
I think DraftKings is screwed. I really do.
And have you been following that name, or are you just going off sort of the story of it?
No, listen, it was something I was really interested in, and I think that they're paying too much for their customers. I think that the big beautiful bill screwed the entire industry. I think that if this is not repealed, and what I'm talking about is you can only deduct 90% from your winnings. So instead of 100% of your losses. So if that does not get repealed, it may not happen in 2026, but when people get the tax bill and wonder why they're paying taxes on phantom gains, I think that the industry is screwed in 2027. So it's not something I'm interested in. And then Hood's prediction market is just too good because everybody's so used to being on that. How much time do you spend on the DraftKings app? If you're a sports bettor and only sports bettor, okay, I'll give it to you. But people who are into the market are using the Robinhood app all the time. They're not going over to DraftKings to place bets. They're just going to use prediction market. So I think DraftKings has a lot of problems.
Well, did you know that they acquired a business to get into prediction markets?
That's not going to work.
They want to use it to enter the 25 states that they're currently not in right now, but then also diversify from just sports betting. So I'm curious the things that they will get into. But also, I don't know how you just compete with that type of pricing model. I don't know why anyone would ever.
Why are people calling it the devil's lettuce? It should never be called the devil's lettuce. And no, I'm just freaking tired. That's one. Two, the only thing that has devil in it, actually, no, none of it does. I'm going to not say that live. So anyway.
Okay.
DraftKings, we'll see. I don't think it's going to be fun. We'll see.
Yeah, but I just don't understand the purpose of DraftKings whenever Kalshi is here?
Well, it's two different things. I mean, betting with the prediction market and actually betting on the money line or the point spread are two completely different things.
Yeah, but can't they just create that in prediction markets with much cheaper take rates? Like you can create parlays and all of these things in Kalshi.
Not like on a regular sports betting app, nor can you
not yet.
Nor can you tease points, nor can you do the over-unders. There's just so many more things. Like if you actually sports bet,
what do you mean what do you mean the over-unders?
I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Over-unders. You don't know what an over-under is?
Explain to me.
Do you know what an over-under is?
My understanding of an over-under is, and I'm not a gambler, but that's certain odds depending on the certain fighter. That's what prediction markets do.
No.
Okay, so you explain to me over-unders because I'm not a gambler.
No. So an over-under is the amount of points in a game that are scored. So if it's an NBA game and it's too high scoring.
No. Already there. That can be done on prediction markets.
I'm not saying it can or it can't. I'm saying it's not there now.
Yeah, I bet you it is.
Okay.
I bet you it is. They do it with even rate cuts. You bet, hey, what's the chances that they get over 3 rate cuts, over 4 rate cuts, over 5 rate cuts in a year? Why can't they do that with the amount of points?
I'm not saying that they can. I'm saying that if you go to the Knicks right now, the prediction markets, what I have seen, now I haven't looked at it really closely, but I have not seen an over-under option on freaking football games. I've only seen
on Robinhood or on like Polymarket and Kalshi.
I don't have Polymarket or Kalshi.
Yeah, but they have way more options. Like Robinhood's brand new.
Maybe. I'm just saying that freaking on the Hood prediction market, they do not have over-unders from what I have seen.
Weeble does. We'll see, but under a number or over a number of the score, yeah, but why can't that be done on prediction markets?
Yeah, I guess you could, but you also can't tease points. You don't have a point spread. A lot of people like the point spread. A lot of people like the money lines, especially in baseball. There's just certain things. Look, if you're just casual about it, prediction markets are great. But if you actually do the research and really want to bet, you're not using a prediction market. You're going with your knowledge, and you're going money lines in some cases or spreads on the other cases.
Why is that?
Because it pays out differently. So on baseball, you have a run line, and team has to win by 2, and I'm sorry, win by 2 because it's 1.5 on the run line, and you get a much different payout than if you bet the money line. It gives you additional odds.
Yeah, I don't see how that couldn't be built into prediction markets.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's not that it can't be. I'm telling you that it's not right now on the Hood one. That's what
I know, but whenever I look at like a company that I think might have, competition into the future, I'm not worried about I'm worried about what's going to happen if it continues to be built this way. I mean, these are brand new. Like Kalshi and Polymarket have this has come out of nowhere. This was essentially an election betting service. Kalshi was, and then that exploded into where we are today in what, a year and a half.
Yeah, bring up freaking any betting app like freaking Caesars or DraftKings, and actually bring up the NFL stuff for this weekend.
Like bring it up on screen.
Yeah, bring it up. Yeah, they want you to bring it up online.
I don't even know how to do that. Is this something that I can view?
I mean, why wouldn't you be able to?
On Kalshi or on
No, on a freaking gambling app. Go to Caesars.
Okay. Well, DraftKings I can. It just tells me to download the app.
Okay.
Okay. Bet365? No.
I have no idea what that is. We can do it another time. It's actually, I didn't realize it was 9:40. We're going live at 10.
Yeah,
need
it's
to
not
wake- I
allowing me
need
to
go
look
wake
at any
up.
of these. I have to like have an account and log in and stuff like this.
All right, we'll do an episode on it. We can call it Degenerates Anonymous.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you at 10.
See you later.
Later.
I must have to have some form of an account or something, or like I've just never used any of these. I just don't understand why people would be willing to pay so much. And like, yeah, like in a matter of no time, Polymarket, by the way, all of these things, like you guys are saying that I can get on them. I literally can't. They all need me to, either it's because I'm in Canada or something, but it literally won't let me open up any of these. It just says join now. And then the next steps that I need to take and download the app. It's not about whether I like sports. It's about what is the better product and where is the whole market going. DraftKings literally missed on like every metric of their earnings, and Kalshi is exploding so fast. And, you know, that like Robinhood did more volume in October than they did in Q3. I think that's going to continue to happen. Open the app and you'll see it'll make prediction markets look elementary. Yeah, I bet, but that's because they're building it right now. Who would want to pay high rates to, you know, have like my understanding is that prediction markets have much more flexibility of when you can get out of bets, as well as, you know, low take rates, stuff like this. Tons of liquidity. You can sell contracts mid-bid. And I heard that DraftKings has things like this, but there will be at specific times that you're able to do that. Okay. The Fintech Frenzy or Fintech Friday show will be on in 15 minutes. I'll see you guys there, but I'm going to get a quick bite to eat before then. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. Really do appreciate your time. Appreciate all you guys popping into the show. Bye for now.